Hi guys, welcome to Snake Nook. I'm Vanny and with me I have little Ember. She's my yearling Savu Island Python and she's going to help me out with the first part of the video because I'm going to have a few different co-hosts for today's video. The topic of this video is 5 lesser known facts about snakes. Some of these facts you may have never heard of before. So here on Snake Nook, we're going to talk about them. Stay tuned. Ember, did you know that reptiles make up a large part of many snakes' diet? That's true. For a large number of snake species, reptiles make up a large part of their diet. We are so used to thinking about snakes as predators, and in the typical food chain, they eat the mouse and they eat other small little mammals in their habitats, but snakes actually eat a lot of reptiles, including geckos, skinks, lizards, and even other snakes. So that's one snake fact that perhaps you haven't heard of. What do you think, Ember? Do you think we should put a little skink in your diet? Maybe not for Ember. For the next lesser known fact, we've got Cyclone, my pinstripe royal python, helping me out with this. And this next lesser known fact about snakes is that they are purposeful foragers. Now, I'm sure that you have already heard the myth that snakes will size you up, and it's been debunked. But guys, let me tell you this, there's some truth to that. Well, kind of, sort of. Snakes may size up their prey. So listen to this. Some colubrids are very purposeful with their foraging, that they may just slither past a tiny prey because it's not worth their energy. Now, most snakes, for the most part, will eat whatever comes their way, but when they're out there using energy to hunt for their prey, snakes can actually take a look around and see what kind of prey they want to go after if they are in a habitat where prey items vary. However, there will be some snake species that don't have variety where they live in their habitats, and I'm thinking of some Australian snakes. Their menu is very limited, and those snakes may not have the luxury of foraging with purpose. But lots of colubrids, if they live in habitats where they can look around for prey, are going to be very purposeful in the type of prey that they go after. Isn't that interesting? What do you think, Cyclone? Are you checking out what kind of prey you want next? Is it a little tiny fuzzy mouse, or do you want an extra large mouse? What's that? Extra large for you. Yeah, that's gonna get you going. For the next lesser known snake fact, I have Little Thorn, my Emery's rat snake, to help me out because it has to do with wild type colors. Snakes have very purposeful coloration to them because their colors are going to be very close to things that are in their natural environment. For example, Thorn has beautiful grays and browns and even olives because those are the colors that are going to help him blend in with his environment, help him to blend into his environment. And that way his wild type colors help to camouflage. Thank you, Mr. Schultz from Prehistoric Companions, for the word. In my previous video, I talk about crypsis and how snakes are masters of concealment, and they do this using their beautiful and natural wild type colors. And it's very important, guys, for snakes to have these colors and patterns because that's going to help them not to stick out in their environment. So for example, green snakes, are usually arboreal snakes, so, you know, snakes that can hide up high in the trees, or snakes that live in lush vegetation, or other green type of like shrubs and anything green, jungly, and so the snakes are naturally green. And snakes that belong in the desert may be light brown colored, may be grayish brown, because it's going to help them blend into their natural substrate. So the purpose of wild type coloring is to help conceal the snake, to help it, of course, survive and to be able to function properly within their ecosystem. What do you think? Would you like to be bright yellow out there in the rocks? What's that? No way. No way. No way for the thorny thorn. For the next lesser known snake fact, we have Torrent, my jungle carpet python, and he's hanging out with me for a little while. We're gonna talk about snake skin. So, snakes have scales, right? Well, did you know that snakes have skin? They're all one piece of skin with scales that cover them and protect them. So we can see this. I was gonna kind of do a bit of a focus on Torrent here, but it's not easy with this camera. It's not quite focusing. But as you can see, hopefully, you can see Torrent's scales kind of overlap a little bit, and so it's kind of difficult to see the skin that's under their scales. But when they have consumed a meal, sometimes there's scales spread out a little bit, and you can see some skin between the scales. And that skin is even more visible when snakes have a shed. So when snakes have a shed, the shed is typically longer than the snake is. And that's because their skin is completely stretched out. So over the skin, they have like these hard pieces of epidermis that make up the scales, kind of like armor. So we can think of it that way. They have armor. Their scales are like armor. But did you know that they have skin under those scales? Very interesting, huh? It's just something not too many people talk about. What do you think, Torrent? What do you think about that? Is there skin in between your scales and under your scales? Is there skin? Yes. Yes, there is. Hello, sweetie pie. What do you think, Torrent? What do you think about all that skin between your scales? What do you think? He just wants to get on my head, but there's no bun, so he's got nowhere to go. Sorry, there's no bun for you. There's no bun for you. No. Let's move on to the next lesser known snake fact. So some people may believe that snakes do not hear well. Another one that's looking for my hair bun. Oh my goodness. I don't have a hair bun today, sweetie. I don't know where you're going. Where was I? Oh, snake hearing. So some people may believe that snakes can't hear, but that's not so. Snakes have a bone called the columella, and it kind of functions like the stapes bone that mammals have. It's a little different though. It is connected to their lower jawbone, and it helps to pick up vibrations in the ground as well as low frequencies, allowing them to even hear some sounds in the air. So they could very well be hearing some of our voices, especially if they are raised or people are screaming. They may be able to pick up on some of that. Come here, you're not going towards the camera. So anyway, snakes can hear. It's not just through vibrations in the ground, but they can also hear some airborne sounds. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed listening to some of these lesser known facts about snakes, and little Typhoon is going to help me wrap up the video. Yes, you're going to help me wrap up the video. you're gonna help me wrap up the video. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. We certainly appreciate your company. We're glad that you have stayed with us to the end. You see, they're so used to me having a hair bun most of the time, and when they hang out with me, they'll kind of coil around my hair bun. But well, they're getting older too, so they just destroy my hair bun if they ever get on it now. But he keeps looking for it anyway. We're so happy to have you here, and we hope that you will be back for the next video. We certainly hope to see you here again next time. Y'all have a good one. Bye.